God. It is the 14th of December. This is Rabbi Levitt, Nefesh Hahaim.
Okay. We are up to. Welcome everybody to Nefesh Hahaim. And we are miraculously holding, with Hashem's help, in Perek Yud Tes, chapter 19, Shar Aleph, gate 1. Okay, and where are we exactly? We're up to the words Amnam, Lo Kol Eser Bechinoseha.
Page 267 in my book.
Okay. Lo Kol Eser Bechinoseha, Rak Tesha Bechinoseha. Mechachma Ulamata, Kanal, Be'inyan Ha'adam. Oh, so he's talking about this severing that he was talking about, based upon people that are involved in their taibas ros, evil desires, chas v'shalom. So he's saying, Amnam lo kol eser bechinoseha. Not all 10 of the spiritual components in each one of these 3 major components is being severed. Only 9. Baruch Hashem. Michachma ulamata. Oh, right. I see. Oh, I see. Oh, I have it the other way around. I thought it was the other way around. Okay, so that shows my ignorance of Kabbalah. When you're talking about the Esther spheres, at least the way the Nefesh Hahaim is talking about it, he's talking about, first you have the 7 that we know from Sukkot, starting with Chesed, and I guess ending up with Malchus. The issue is, where do you put these 3 mental spheres of Chochmah, Bina, V'das? Well, it seems from what the Nefesh Hahaim is saying over here is that not all 10 are taken down, are severed. Only 9 from Chochmah and below. So it sounds like Chochmah is on the top, in other words. That's what it sounds like. Okay. Okay, so let's start the reading. Who would like to start? We have Lou. You like to start the reading, Lou, from Amnam?
I would love to. Amnam lo kol eser bechi noseha. However, not all of the 10 levels. Yeah, levels. Rak ha tesha b'chi yo noseha me chachma ulamata. Only the 9 levels from wisdom and below.
Right.
Canal, see above. Be'inyan ha'adam, in the subject of the man. Aval Bechina Ha'elyona, but concerning the upper level, Sod Kisra, the secret is written. I'm sorry, Shehi Nikuda Hasharshis Dila Az Mi Yisaena.
Kisra,
That is
sheet.
Nakuda is a vowel.
Nakuda, yeah, here doesn't mean a vowel. Right? The vowels are basically made up of dots, points. So the general meaning of the word nakuda is a point. So
this is a point of the Shasherish Dila, I don't know.
Nakuda hasharishit, from the word shorish. The what's the shorish? The shorish is the source. So the main the foundational point.
And what's Dila?
Dila is Aramaic for her, meaning the this configuration of the Esser spheres. Or maybe of the neshama, maybe the spiritual components of the neshama, ruach nefesh neshama. I think that's what it's referring to. So what he's saying over here is that when we're talking about the cutting off, it's like we said before. We said before, only 9 of the 10 are cut off, but the from Chachma and below. But the one that's that is referred to as Keser. That's the most lofty, the most the highest in its spiritual power. That one is which is the Nakuda Sharashit of the neshama. That's the foundational point of the neshama. That's its yisod. That's what it's is built. Everything is that's the powerhouse. The what do you call it? The generator. That he kashura udvuka laolam. That one is forever connected and clinging. Ba'atras yesod, b'chinas haruach. That oh, okay, so that's what we're talking about. We're talking that will always be connected to the next spiritual component of ruach, which is down from the neshama, not in a physical sense, but in terms of its spiritual power and loftiness. Hikashura udvuka laolam ba'atras yesod b'chinas haruach. Enu nefredes misham laolam. It's never severed from there, ever, ever, ever. L'chein nikras atara shehu kisra. So therefore it's called, that's why it's called the atara. Atara is another word for keser, the crown. That's the crown. The crown never becomes disconnected. The crown is always in its place, in its proper place. Okay. And then after that, he's gonna. Okay, so he's picking up from Ayin Bahakdomas Pri Eitz Chaim Hana. You can skip that as well. He's just giving where you could find more information about that in the Hakdama of the Sefer Pri Eitz Chaim from Reb Chaim Vital, the prime disciple of the Arizal. Yeah, so basically the Nefesh Hahaim seems to be mostly his sources are the Zohar and the Arizal and the Talmidim of the Arizal. It's interesting that he very rarely mentions his Rebbe, the Vilna Gaon. I mean, that's actually that's that when he says, yes, Moreno Harav Aleph. Aleph is Elio. That's his. Elio is the Vilna Gaon. Okay, so he mentions here and there. Yes, yes. Okay, but he wants to emphasize that what he's saying is not simply from his Rebbe. The Vilna Gaon was just like he was in all aspects of Torah. The revealed Torah, he was very, very great in the hidden areas of Torah as well. And this, so okay, all right, okay. So now we're up to Ubashar Hamida Sham be'inyan birkas haminim. That's also another reference. So let's skip that as well. The Kain Kosav Rabbeinu Hagadol. That's referring to the Vilna Gaon. The Ferishala Heichalos, Heichala Tanyana, Sham. The second rendition of the Heichala. Okay, we can skip that too. See how much we're progressing today? We're just we're going line after line over here. Ba'ain be'etz chayim shara malachim, u'b'shar miuta yerach, b'shar klipos, tavin, b'masha kasav b'pri etz chayim, be'elu shtei amakomos hanal, ba'ain od, b'pri etz chayim. Okay, so then that basically takes care of that. And then when he says aval, then he starts talking. So let's pick up from there. Aval bechinas haruach. And Mayor, you want to start again?
Okay, let's see. Aval bechinat haruach ila'ah. Nifrad chas v'shalom mimikomo al yidei avonot atachtonim. I guess it goes on. Ella shegor mim bo pigam vikilkul chas v'shalom. I don't know what bok is. Shalom.
Oh yeah, the vav and the kuf. We had this before. I don't remember whether we got a translation of it. Certainly not an explanation of it. It's a Kabbalistic term, but just to know what the words mean. At least that much we could do. but I don't even see where I thought it was over here, but I don't see it over here. Okay, fine. It's so in other words, the basic point over here, what he's saying is about bechinas haruach, but this middle spiritual component called ruach of the Naran, Ilah, the elevated part of it, eno nifrad chas v'shalom imakomo. It is never taken and separated away from its proper place, al yidei avonos hataktonim, through the commission of the sins of the taktonim. And we're saying that taktonim is referring to over here. I have two possibilities what takton is referring to. Either it means to just people down in this world, but I'm a little uneasy with that, or it means avonos taktonim because there's different levels of avonos, different levels of sin. There are, Roy is requesting entrance, admission. Free admission. Free of charge. It could be that taktonim is referring to the level of an avon, of an avera that it is, level of sin that it is, meaning there's sins of action, there's sins of speech, there's sins of thought. And in the spiritual realm, what we learned is that the ones that are in the thought process, those are the ones that reach higher and higher up, because those are connected to higher parts of the person's spiritual components. Because the Naran, we'll just chazer it over again because it's worthwhile to chazer. The Naran, the three part spiritual component of Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, corresponds to the person's deeds, actions, and speech and thought. And the highest component, which is Nefesh, refers to the thought. And the lowest refers to the action. So it could be that what he means over here is a bonus of action. And since they are on a lower level, so they don't actually cause a cutting off of the ruach, the middle spiritual component, but they just cause a pagam and a kilkul in the vak of the component of ruach. They don't cause a pirud. They don't cause a separation or an excision, a separating, cutting off, because they don't reach that high. They don't reach that high. They're the avonos hataktonim. Okay. Can you do it? As is well known, right? Everybody knew that, right? We were just highlighting what we already knew. Good morning, Roy.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late, Rabbi Levitt.
So we're in chapter 19, Perek Yud Tes, and we are up to, today we did already about 12 lines, and now we're up to the next Amnam. We started today from Amnam Lokol Eser, and now we're up to Amnam Bechinas HaNeshama. Everybody see where that is?
Yep.
Good. Okay. So, Roy, it's your turn to read. Everybody's read so far today.
I'm known.
See where we are?
Bechinas HaNeshama. Is that it?
Yeah, very good.
Right. However, the supernal level of the neshama
Motivation delay.
Shehu Sod Amothin, which is the secret of intellect. Gimel, what's the Gimel?
Gimel Reshin, the three heads. Chachma Bina Das.
Right. Gimel Rishonas, delay, Kof Nun Lamed.
Keniska La'el, as has been mentioned.
Oh, I see. Beferic Tesfog. The Peric Tesfog, right. However, the supernal level of neshama, which is a secret of intellect, its three heads, as mentioned above in Gate 1:15. Shom Ein Ma'aseh Hatach Tanim Magiim Kolol Lekal Kolom or Lif Gamom Haim Macham V'Shalom. Where there the actions of those in the lower world, lower worlds, do not impact in any way to corrupt or damage them, God forbid. However, the supernal level of the neshama, which is a secret of intellect, its three heads, there the actions of those in the lower worlds do not impact in any way to corrupt or damage them, God forbid. Ela sheyakolim ligorom b'ma'asayim histalakosom amenu ha'acham b'shalom v'yodua v'atz Hahaim Shehaim Ba'im Basod Tosafes Levad Vata Luyim B'Maaseh Hatach Tonim. But their actions of those below worlds do not impact in any way or damage or corrupt them, but their deeds can cause their apparent removal from the lower worlds, God forbid, as is known from Eitz Chaim, and their influence only comes through the secret of addition alone, and it's dependent on the deeds of those in the lower world. We said that this was a very important statement.
בסוד תוספת לבד ותולים במעשה הטקטונים, כי הם בואים מהספשטוס בחינה התחתונה של הם הבונים בו, ידוע. עונן שמיים בתפונה, והוא עולם המשומר ממגע זרים כידוע. Okay, so in other words, okay. So what happens with these spiritual powers is if the deeds of the taktonim are proper and fitting, so they will descend and be more in contact with and have more hashpah bring their hashpah, bring their influence, beneficial spiritual influence upon the taktonim, the people in this world, to be able to ascend even further. Good actions create the power to be capable of being more sensitive to ruchnius, and even being able to perform more and greater acts of ruchnius. But if it's the other way around, then there's a bonus of the taktonim. So then then these spiritual forces and powers are mistalek. They go back to their, they don't have such of a influence on people. But they themselves remain totally unblemished, because that's what he concludes with, based upon the pasuk, Koden Shemaim Betuna. Hashem prepared the Shemaim with great tavuna, with great insight and understanding. That Hashem, I guess, knew that because he knows everything, that what type of actions man is going to do down here, and therefore he made it so that these more lofty spiritual forces and powers would be unaffected, won't be able to blemish them, won't be able to make any ruination of them. They just won't have this. They won't be as closely influential of us. That's the fallout that the Averas cause. V'hu olam hameshumar mimaga zarim kayadua, and this is the world which is totally guarded from any contact of strangers, of, I guess, which man is called a stranger to that world, to those forces. Okay. So now we go further. Vuhu inyan mara hasulam mutzav arza. And we go back to Lou to continue the reading.
Vahu inyan. Let's see, where is that? Vahu inyan mara hasulam mutzav arza gimel vav velo amar mutzav ba'aretz. And it is a subject about the ladder from the
Mara of the Sula, Mutzav Arza.
From the perspective of the land.
The Sulam is Mutzav. It's fixed. Arza, towards the land, with a hey at the end of the word Eretz. Arza, in the direction of the land. It's fixed in the direction of the land. Gomer and etc. Doesn't quote the whole pasuk, just quotes a few words from the pasuk, from the ladder of Yaakov Avinu that he saw in his dream. V'lo amar mutzav ba'aretz. It doesn't say in the pasuk that the ladder was fixed on the ground itself. It doesn't say that. So he's yeah.
Shepei Rusho La'aretz.
Arza.
Rather,
Rusho.
Arza, land, that is explained as the land.
Ela artsa sheperusho le'aretz. Towards the land, in the direction of the land. Like somebody says, where Efa ta holech hayom, and he says, Ani holech leHaifa. I'm going to be going to Haifa, but I'm not there now. I didn't get there yet. But I'm in that. I'm going to go in that on the way to there. So that's what the hey at the end of the word eretz is like. You put the lamed in the beginning of the word. So if we say that be interesting to see in the psukim after he finishes this thought to look up this pasuk and see what it says there. Peyusho le'aretz.
Right.
Umashma'o sharosh ikir shorsho b'shamayim. Okay, yeah.
So umashma umashma'o sharosh ikar sharsho. Derived from the first root. So b'shamayim mimal, from the heavens above, umisham hu mishetal shel vayored. And from there, it shall is a chain.
It descends.
Yored is to descend. What's shall? Oh, it's not Yored. It's Yoreh. What's Yoreh?
Yeah, Yored also means to descend. Mishtal shtel means that it's a way of yeah, it's a way of we're describing the way that these spiritual forces lower themselves down. It's the word mishtal shtel is like, let's say you have a garment and it's too long. You want to, or it's not, rather the other way around. It doesn't go down far enough. You have a pair of pants and it doesn't go down. If a woman has a dress, it doesn't go far down enough. So you have to be mishtal shelet. It goes in. It's a system of how it goes down. It goes down in a certain system. So the mishtal shel is describing the system of descent. So we say mishtal shel v'yored. And maybe it does have something to do with shalshelis, because we know that all the olamos are connected one to the other. The lower one up to the next one, and the one after that, and the one after that, higher and higher and higher. So it in other words, it just doesn't go down, but it sort of like filters through this chain of different worlds and forces.
So maybe it's like it goes down in steps and stages.
Right.
Ad la'aretz yagia, until the earth is reached.
Till it reaches the earth, yeah.
Vahu ha nishmas chayim shel ha'adam. And this is the soul of life of the man. She mis ateles kiv yachol min shimach shimas piv yisparach shemo.
Mitat Seles.
Well, I don't know what is mis ateles.
Yeah, this is the Mitat Seles kaviyochol min shimas piv yisbarach shmo. That's what we're describing kaviyochol as the blowing out of the spiritual force from Hashem's mouth, like we say when Hashem created Adam Rishon, v'ipach ba'apov nishmas chaim. He blew into Adam Rishon. Hashem himself blew into Adam Rishon a nishmas chaim, a living neshama.
Right.
So I think this word mitatzelis is also, by the way, just for the just to say something so that it's the same word as the highest of the four worlds, the Olam Atzilus.
Oh.
That we mentioned before. It's a very high. It's a very Hu nishmas chaim shel adam shemitatzeles, which was I don't know. I'm not really sure. Mishtasheles, mitatzeles, mishtasheles. Hu inyan marasulam mutzav artza below amar mutzav ba'aretz. Doesn't say it's mutzav ba'aretz. It's describing ela artza sheperusho la'aretz, towards the aretz. The sulam is umashma'o, and its meaning is because the at its head is the main source in Shemayim above, and from there it is mishtalshel, and it comes down to the aretz, and this is referring to the nishmas chayim of the person, which we said before. It goes all the way up to Kisei HaKavod. Mitatzeles.
Give me a second.
Kaviyachol mi nishimas piv yisbarach shmo. It would seem that it's referring to the mitatzeles seems to be referring to the neshama that was connected to man through Hashem by way of Hashem's neshimas piv, kaviyachol, Hashem's breathing into of the Marishon, umisham mishtalsheles kesulam, and from there, so that's the bringing of the neshama from Hashem into man, and from there, but it didn't go. And then it's mishtalsheles, it's going down like a sulam. And maybe that's the idea of a sulam. We know the sulam has rungs on the ladder. It's different steps. You got to go step by step when you're on a ladder, step by step. So this is the idea of the shalshelis. It's going in from one olam to another olam, or to another spiritual component, the neshama, as it's coming down, umiskasheres imaruach, and eventually comes down and connects itself with the spiritual component of ruach of the person, v'haruach b'nefesh, and then the nefesh in turn connects itself to the lowest spiritual component, the nefesh, ad ridasa lezeha olam, until it finally comes down into this world, b'gufa adam, into the physical body of man. So we're describing over here that the spiritual component that Hashem gave a person, that he blew into Adam Arishon, Nishmas Neshimas Piv Yisbarach Shmo, it starts way up in the highest realms, and then it descends rung by rung, like a ladder, going down on a ladder, until it comes down into the guf ha'adam. Some portion does into the guf ha'adam. Shalsheles umiskasheres im haruach, ruach benefesh. Yeah, he's describing how the nefesh comes into, how the spiritual components of Naran connect with the person in this world, because their original source is way above, way above, and the highest spiritual components of neshama remain up there, and the shorish of the neshama, the root, the source of the neshama remains there as well. But these other components are coming down, ruach and nefesh, until they enter into the person. Okay. All right. 11:30. I see. So, and then he starts giving his sources, became mafurish, and this is explicit in the Raya Mehimna, one of the different parts of the Zohar. V'yipak ba'apav nishmas chayim, and Hashem blew into man a living soul. So at the end of the so that's what the Nefesh Hahaim is saying over here. The whole dream of the Sulam was really the vision that Yaakov saw. What he saw, according to Nefesh Hahaim, this was the creation of man. When Hashem created man and he blew into man the living spirit, and he sees the spirit going on this rungs on the ladder, as it's mashtalshel v'yored into the goof of a man. Okay, all the best to Meir. Yashikoyach.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Bye for now, Mayor.
Have a good day, Mayor.
You have a good day. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a good Shabbos too.
Oh, good Shabbos, Meir.
Yes. Uh,